This segment is a true treasure trove that is offered to our Lord with complete love and wholeheartedness. It has been a true joy to listen to all of these women share their pearls of timeless wisdom. And with that, let us begin. So this first sister is Leslie, and she speaks about in all things, love is the answer. So let's listen to what she has to share with us.
Saram to all, I'm Leslie Boucher. Over the past 15 plus years, Swami has taught me so many things, and perhaps most importantly of all is that in all things, always, love is the answer. Being more loving to others, more loving to nature, more loving to myself, and that our true identity, our true nature is Atma. That everything is the divine, that everything is Sai. We are embodiments of love. And that I'm not the doer, rather an instrument of the divine. And my job in life is to become the best instrument that I can. And I have learned that when I offer everything and ask Swami to think through me and feel through me, to understand through me, to speak and act and love through me, to know through me, the stronger I become. I try to take a few moments several times every day to offer everything, to offer it all. And it brings me so much confidence and clarity. I know that the inner relationship with Swami is real, and it connects me to my true security and safety inside. For me, this is where peace of mind lives. And what I can suggest for younger generations is that in any way you can, stay simple and sincere in your hearts. Nurture your devotion for God, no matter what the influences are that swirl around you, how you're pulled this way and that way. Remember that this is your life, your individual spiritual journey. And your relationship to Swami, to Sai, see always inside. That is what will take you safely through. That's where joy lives, and that's where you can truly rest in his arms. And do stay in contact with other Sai devotees, because satsang will truly support your journey to Sai. Jai Saram.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sister Leslie. And our next wisdom keeper is Sister Sue Stout, and she talks about treating others with empathy. Let us take a listen.
Saram, everyone. This is Sue Stout from the Grants Pass Center in Region 6, and that's in Oregon. And I'm happy to be with you today. One of the things that I've learned from Swami is the importance of service. And he says that your best friend is the person who needs you the most. It's because this person gives you the opportunity to express and affirm that you and he are one. You treat him with sympathy and aid as if you were treating yourself, because you are treating yourself. We are one. I would say to the younger generation, don't worry so much about money and things. Your true contentment will come from detaching from things and attaching to God. It's okay to have things as long as you are not attached. Of course, we need food and clothing and shelter for survival, but having beyond what is necessary can draw your attention away from the things that bring true contentment and happiness, such as love, service, communion with God, seeing God everywhere, and being grateful for all of God's gifts in your life. Instead of spending so much time moving things from one place to another, give yourself time to be still, listen inwardly, and receive the bliss of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Sue. And we do receive the bliss of God. So this is Sister Manisha, and she sent her words, but I will read what she sent. Happiness is union with God. When God is with you, success is yours, provided you are engaged in dharmic or righteousness, a righteousness path, and exercising every act. If you follow the path laid out by Swami and avoid paths Swami discourages us to follow, he will always take care of you in every shape and form. One path that younger generations, I have noticed, follow, that they try to justify, is alcohol and drug consumption. In my opinion, anyone and everyone who consumes alcohol should be avoided like the plague. This is bad. This is a bad habit that never goes away. And it's a big adharma to even be in the company of anyone consuming alcohol. Alcohol totally impairs any good decision-making skills. So avoid that at all costs and stay in good company. So this is Sister Loga, and she talks about having sincere love for service. Let us listen.
Sarah, my name is Loga. I have been with Lake Washington Science Center for Region 6 for more than 2 decades. Baba's grace and blessings, I am able to attend this center. There I felt spiritual things there. The spiritual place gives more devotion. So when I go there, I am happy. And Mama's values are more important, which I consider that we all observe the values. For the values, for our mind must be very clear. So we must have the basic love for all these things. For us, we must observe our thoughts, words, and action. That is the things for our life is more important. So when you do all these things with love, lot of love, everything will go smoothly. So if you in your life, you must not forget the love. The love is the basic root for everything. So I believe in my life. So for us, is it good to have sincere love? And other thing, at the center, we used to listen for the satsang, which we get the practical knowledge that gives more values for our daily life, which I always enjoy listening to that. So our life is, Baba has given moral support for our lives. This is more than anything. Sarah. So I want to tell about the younger generation. So younger generation might follow the old people, but now they are coming to the center. They are studying and they are conducting themselves very nicely. But a lot of discipline I can see from them. But when they leave the place, they forget everything. That is not good because these values are more important for their life. When they leave this place, they must not forget these things and they must go on their basic values wherever they go. So when they do anything, they must have sincere love for them. When you do your work or anything with sincere love, it will be great. Then your life will be peaceful. So that is the reason Baba has given a statement, love all serve all. That means when you do any service, you must do with love. That is most important in our life. The children must remember all these values and do better in their life. Sarah.
True. Service with love is everything. Good advice. This is Sister Maria, and she speaks about humility is a valued treasure. Let us hear what she has to say.
Sairam, everyone. My name is Maria Graham. And what I have learned in the 26 years I have been with Sai Baba, I have learned that material things are not things that will grant you peace and happiness. That our spiritual path is a journey through which, without our solid faith in God, our trials and tribulations which we go through in life would feel and seem unsurmountable. I have also learned to curb my desires, for desires are like lies. They multiply as you satisfy them. I have learned patience and that love must be unconditional in order for our thoughts and actions bring us closer to Him. I have learned that humility is a valued treasure which we must hold tightly in our hearts and mind. I learned that our Lord is always with us at all times, whether we realize it or not. The list is endless of the things I have learned by my teacher and loving Lord, Sai Baba. The second question is, what wisdom can I pass on to the younger generation? Be confident of yourself. Have full trust and faith in your chosen God. Follow your heart and do not allow anyone to distract you away from your spiritual journey or goals you may have in life. Wisdom is born through full knowledge and experience in the world and the inspiration and connection with our inner being, which is God. Always use discrimination and intelligence in your dealings with the world. Don't ever do anything that you will regret through the years to come.
So true. Our actions matching what we want to live and the message we bring in life. Thank you, Sister Maria. So this is Sister Dr. Chandra, and she speaks about gratitude should be your attitude in life. I agree. Let's hear more from her.
I have been going to Puttaparthi to Swami's abode from late 90s, following my husband's path. And each year we have been going for Guru Purnima, medical camps, international conferences, Swami's birthday, so many occasions to enjoy Swami's presence and bliss in Puttaparthi. And every time Swami gives us lot of advice. Sometimes it looks like he is repeating the same thing over and over again. Once, I think one of the devotees asked Swami why he is repeating the same thing, and he said, in spite of all my repeat, people are still not following what I am saying. But anyway, we picked up a lot of information. Each time we go there, something dawns. You feel as if it is addressed to your problem. So I am just going to list some of the things I learned. And number one, I'm going to give you 6 points. You can choose any 2
you want to follow. The first thing is always be truthful and honest, because that is basically Satya means truth. So this is something he always says: be truthful. You are light. Nothing will happen to you. In some situations, you don't want to hurt some people by telling the truth. In those instances, if you think it's going to cause a big havoc, stay silent. And number two, he is always on the lookout to service to others, those who are in need. So he says, always look for opportunity to serve, not to receive help, but to give help. And then another thing I learned was stay neutral when somebody praises you or blames you, because they have some problem. It is not what you are. So it should not affect you whether they praise you or blame you. Just stay neutral. If what they say is true, correct yourself. If not, don't worry about it. And of course, everyone knows his famous slogan: love all, serve all, help ever, and hurt never. In fact, I started going to Pati mainly for doing medical camp, not to go and worship him. It is only part of the SSSIO medical camp. And once I went there, I could see the divinity of Swami, feel his divinity. And another thing I learned was gratitude. See, he never forgot all his childhood friends. So that is something. Always look for anyone who helped you. You have to remember and thank him. Gratitude is very, very important. It should be your attitude in life. And to me, who matter most? Who are the people who matter most? Those are the people who bring out the best in me. Even if they criticize, it's okay. But if it is going to change me for better, I would welcome them. And these are some of the thoughts that came to me. And I am sure all of you will have the same, many experiences and more kind of lessons to learn. Thank you, Sai Ram. God bless all of you.
Yes, I do agree. Those who bring out the best in you are the greatest treasure. So this is Sister Pinky, and she talks about sacrifice is key to keeping the family united. Let's hear more from her.
Sai Ram, the lessons I have learned is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Whole world is my family. So treat everyone with empathy. Sacrifice is key to keep the family united. Just be happy with one's own lot. No one is left alone in the Sai family. We, the Sai sisters, are always there for each other. SSA gurus are the role models for the students, and following the Sai principles of discipline, detachment, and service, Sai family becomes stronger just by following these principles and ready to change the world for the better. Some messages for the younger generation. Complete surrender to Swami. Let his dream be your dream. I know all of you love to do service, but to make others happy by doing the service, when you are trying to make others happy, you have to be happy. And how can you be happy? Very easily. Just by practicing sealing on desires, leading a life with an attitude of gratitude will make you happy very easily, and ultimately taking 1,000 steps towards Sai.
I love that. Let God's dream be your dream. Lovely. So this is Sister Lalita, and she speaks about every one of us is divine. So true. Let's listen for more.
The thought, word, and deed is a form of Ichasakti, Jnanasakti, and Kriyasakti. To put that into action, we should practice Swasa integrated with mantra. Swami always addressed us as Divya Atma Swarupula, Divya Atmas. That means every one of us are potentially divine. There is Akhanda Atma Shakti within us. Our bodies are energy fields, yantras, and the certain lada, the prana moving in our body as Soham Hamsa is the mantra. Our swasa, breath, is the jiva's japamala. It is called ajapa japam, and it goes on all the time. We breathe unconsciously 21,600 times a day. If we breathe consciously, combining breath with mantra, it becomes a very powerful pranayama. Let's call it SIM, Swasa Integrated Mantra. Inhale, mentally chanting Soham Sairam, drawing prana through the Sahasrara chakra, filling your whole body. Exhale, Hamsaha Sairam, letting go, releasing all the karmas to the universe. The Swasa integrated with visualization and mantra leads to constant integrated awareness. That is communion with the Lord of the universe. Hold on to Swami. That is the wisdom I want to pass on to all our Sai family. Hold on to Swami with each breath. He is the Bhakta Manasa Hamsika. All of us are anyway chanting Sai Ram. Make it a habit to synchronize the breath with the prana. And this is constant integrated awareness.
Thank you, Sister Lalita. Constant integrated awareness, a true practice. Sister Margaret now shares with us about being punctual and how it shows respect for others. Let's listen for more.
The first actual lesson I learned from Swami was to listen. The second lesson was indeed being punctual. If you are going to meet someone, you have to be there a few minutes before that person, because that gives respect to that person, instead of taking everything for granted, which is a no-no. So those two things are very, very important, and especially for children too. They must learn all these different little attitudes that we have, and not to take things for granted. And also for children that are being brought up today, that's so important that they listen to their parents above all things.
So Sister Lalita shares about being friendly with everyone. Sister Sushma.
Sai Ram, my name is Sushma Kapoor. I came from India to USA. My family was very religious and I learned from them something. But when I came here, there was no bhajans and no place to do the bhajans. But somehow I met one of my friends. They used to have bhajan every week, and I started going there. I learned bhajan from there, and I had a physical problem, but it did not stop me going there. And I was very punctual, and I learned that never hurt anybody, help everybody, and serve everybody, and I am doing my best to stop to do his Baba's teachings, and I want to keep them with me, and I want to teach a younger generation that they should start keeping learning, not hurt to anybody, and help everybody, and start learning from his books to and start learning bhajans, and be friendly with everybody, and not to hurt anybody, and and there is a big power on your head which can help you to go, and this is what is Baba wants us to learn. Thank you. Saina.
Very nice. So this is Sister Elka, and she talks about bringing happiness to everyone with the highest love, and she's speaking in Spanish, so I have put her main points on the side for you to see.
Zaira. Voy a tratar de resumir rápidamente lo que se nos ha pedido hacer, este servicio de decir la enseñanza Swami, lo que hemos aprendido en nuestra vida con la enseñanza Swami, y lo que el mensaje a la nueva generación. Lo resumí rápidamente porque 2 minutos es poco, y les diré lo siguiente. Swami es el amor, nosotros somos el amor, el universo es el amor, y tenemos que llevar la vida de esta manera. Esto es en resumen. Ahora voy a leer rápidamente lo que me vino a la mente de lo que aprendí de Swami. De Swami he aprendido el valor de practicar la espiritualidad en la vida diaria, tener presente a Dios en toda circunstancia, tiempo y lugar, así como el valor de la unidad en varios aspectos. La unidad de pensamiento, palabra y acción, la unidad esencial de todas las fe religiosas como el amor universal inmanente en todo y en todos, sabiendo que aquello que amas en tu forma o principio elegido como representante de Dios está en las otras representaciones que al final son uno. La unidad entre todas las personas y criaturas, pues la luz eterna está en todos y cada uno. El saber perdonar y autoperdonarse los errores cometidos bajo la sombra de la ignorancia, porque es el perdón que nos hace vernos en un espejo para limpiar lo que nos sirve para crecer espiritualmente. Así nos enseña Swami a cómo ser firmes en la acción correcta, que él es además testigo, brújula y el hacedor y el conocedor de todo. Que si damos pasitos hacia él, corre raudo hacia nosotros y nos abraza como una madre protectora y un padre sabio. En resumen, Swami me ha enseñado que no solo que él es la forma de Dios, sino que todas las formas en el universo son Dios. Y como tal, todo ha de ser tratado. A la nueva generación que confíe en la luz y la voz interior, en la verdad más elevada y no se dejen llevar por las falsedades modernas, etcétera, que busquen esa verdad y vivan a su altura, que si tienen la bendición de conocer los 5 valores SAI, que la practiquen de todo corazón en su vida diaria, que lo compartan con los de su edad, valoren y respeten a los mayores, a sus padres, a los maestros, los trajeron a este mundo y los protegen, sean agradecidos, sean buenos, sean humildes y sean verdaderos. Si son estudiantes SAI, estudien la vida de Swami, sus enseñanzas, vivan y sientan su amor universal, progresen, crezcan material, mental, sobre todo y espiritualmente. Sean felices y hagan felices a sus allegados y a los que les rodean, pero siempre con el amor más elevado de Swami en su interior, guiándoles a cada paso. El amor más elevado es Dios, ustedes son Dios, vivan en el amor, vivan en Dios, es lo que Swami nos ha enseñado. Zaira.
Muchas gracias, mi hermana hermosa Elka. Thank you so much. So Sister Janaki shares honesty and purity of heart creates success. Let us hear more about that.
What are some lessons that you've learned?
In my opinion, it is of all the quotes, I love the hands that help are holier than the lips that break.
And are there any lessons that you want to pass on to the next generation?
Next generation, the kids, it is like honesty and purity of heart, and that takes the kids to grand success.
So too, purity of heart. Again, thank you. And now we have Sister Alicia, also in Spanish. Let the light of love and wisdom fill your life, she speaks. Let us hear more.
Sairam, ¿qué me ha enseñado Swami? Yo haría la pregunta al revés. ¿Qué no me ha enseñado Swami? Todo lo valioso que hay hoy en mi vida se lo debo a las enseñanzas de Swami. Trajo él la verdad de mi vida. Me hizo evidente el engaño de Maya. Como él dice, caminamos igual que la araña sobre una telaraña de deseos y de apegos que nosotros mismos creamos. Trato de moldear mi vida de acuerdo a las enseñanzas de Swami. Es un esfuerzo que tengo que hacer permanente, recordarme la verdad de quién soy, sin rechazos, sin deseos, sin miedos, con la fe total de que Él siempre está aquí. Y eso ha traído a mi vida más paz, me ha dado paciencia y también está haciendo crecer un amor más puro, un amor que no espera nada de vuelta. Cuando me siento flaquear, son las enseñanzas de Swami las que me apoyan, las que me levantan para seguir adelante. Swami es todo para mí. No podría vivir de otra manera. Swami fue un cambio total en mi vida. Un cambio que no tiene vuelta para atrás. Gracias, Swami. ¿Qué mensaje daría a los jóvenes? Escuchar a Swami, escucharlo con el corazón, escuchar más allá de las palabras, desentrañar el significado de su enseñanza. Seguir los 5 valores que son la columna vertebral del mensaje de Swami. Y un consejo, como dice Sai, empezar con una virtud y desarrollarla, que las demás la seguirán, como las fichas de dominó, que cuando cae la primera, las otras siguen cayendo. Escuchen a Swami, dejen que la verdad de Swami invada su vida y todo se haga más claro. La luz del amor y de la sabiduría invadirán su vida. Om Sri Sai Ram.
Muchas gracias, Alicia. Muy bonita. Thank you so much. And now we have Sister Laura, who speaks of Swami's love as sweet, intimate, and always available. Let us hear more from her.
My name is Laura Marsh, and I've learned to transform from being preoccupied with my personal self, mind, thoughts, feelings, reactions, to transform all that into dwelling in Swami's reality on a day-by-day basis, living in his presence, living within his presence as one, which has taken decades. But it has been a practice, a lot of sadhana and a lot of divine grace. It makes it happen. So life has changed. What reality is to me now, with the purpose of life in the world, it's all changed. I met Swami on his 60th birthday, so it'll be 40 years on his next birthday. I went to the ashram for the first time. Swami's love is sweet and intimate and immediate and profound and available all the time for all of us. So it was an extraordinary blessing to be in his physical presence, but his reality is present with us all the time. And it's just opening up to him, being receptive to that from within ourselves. And he blesses us continually, day by day, year after year. And I notice how I have evolved over the decades. So he's very patient with us and very persistent, and it's all in his hands. It's all in his hands.
So true. It is all in his hands. We just need to trust him. Thank you, Laura. And now we have Sister Doris speaking about having discernment with every aspect of your life. Let us hear more.
Sairam, dear ladies, as far as lessons learned from Swami, I'll mention just one of them because there are many. And the one that I will mention here is discernment. And that's discernment with my thoughts, my actions, my speech, the company I keep, and with every single aspect of my life. And as a faculty member of the Institute of SSSIO-USA, we conduct a module called Who Am I? And in that, we talk about how every human being is uniquely a part of this great and very grand creation, and we all come from the same source. Unique in the sense that we are all one, yet each and every one is uniquely different. Unique in the sense that no one is the same as you, me, or any other human being. And we each are a part of our beloved size divine plan. And we each have an awesome role to play in this divine drama of life. And it's up to us. We must each discover that role we've been given to play and then play that role to the very fullest and to the very best of our ability. Sairam.
Play that role to the best of our ability. That's a wonderful goal. Thank you, Doris. And now we come to the concluding prayer from Sister Irene Garden. Lord, love through me. Let us do and hear and be the presence of this prayer together as she shares.
Sairam, my name is Irene, and this is my prayer every day. Lord, think through me, see through me, listen through me, speak through me, love through me, and act through me. Sairam.
Ram, may it always be so. And we conclude with Swami's words of divine wisdom. The feminine is the foundation on which a peaceful and happy world is to be raised. When women are true and brave, kind and compassionate, virtuous and pious, the world can have an era of peace and joy. May it always be so. Loving Sairam.